At Sunnyside Corals, we use two different types of cameras. We have one DSLR that we use for our photography and product pictures, and the other one we use for video. Today we'll be talking a little bit about our video camera that we have. It's just a Olympus TG-6 camera. It's been amazing. It's a really simple, small, compact camera that does the trick and turns out really well. So we're going to go over a little bit of the settings that we use to make our videos turn out great. So the TG-6, like I said, is a very compact, simple camera. Has locks that make it so it's waterproof and can go straight in your tank, which is why we love it for video. You can just lock it up and it stays watertight. So you just turn it on using the power button on the top. And then I'm going to go through some of the settings that we use that we have found to work the best for video. So first off, you can see that there are multiple different recording settings or camera settings that you can use. We've found that typically when shooting camera, we use the underwater, which is great, and you can choose between a couple different options. The microscope is typically what we shoot in though, and that's just because it's micro, and we just do it on the microscope. So it does really well. So you see that. And then if you press the OK button, you can come up with other options up here. So our first option is just natural lighting. And like we were kind of saying before, if you go to the underwater, you can see that it's on underwater instead of number 3. So if we switch it back to microscope, it'll go back to natural, which is what we want. And then ISO, we let our camera decide, and that just helps with the amount of noise and lighting. The other part is the white balance. This is the most important part. This camera does have the ability to do a custom white balance, but we typically just set it to 14,000 Kelvin, and that with a we then turn our lights to 18,000 Kelvin. So our lights on our tanks are 18,000 Kelvin, and it leaves a little bit of a blue. So all the colors on the coral look how they should and are natural. Our autofocus is set, so we don't have to mess with the focusing while we're shooting. The size of the frame, we don't really care that much. We just leave it at 4:3, and that's just kind of the general shooting. As far as pictures, raw, and then we shoot in 4K on this camera, which is a really nice advantage of this camera. It is limited at only shooting at 30 frames per second, so it's not amazing, but if you're looking for just really good videos at kind of a low budget, this camera does great. That's kind of why we've liked it. The rest, our flash is off. The focus, we just leave it on ESP and no accessories. And that's kind of our setup for how we take videos, and we've had really good success. Let us know if you have any questions and we're happy to answer them.